Hey guys, conservative video dipper here. You'll have to excuse me. I'm trying my wireless mic for the first time in a long time. I know it looks ugly, but I taped it to keep it from falling down. I'm gonna do a video here why I think fake news is starting to downfall and why are they having a downfall. Number one, viewers are starting to wake up. Their mindset is we want to hear the truth. We want to know the truth. We don't want to hear subjective, objective, or ambiguous wording here. We want the truth. We want source. We want facts. And the audience is not receiving it. And for that, the audience are walking away because they don't like being told this is what you got to believe and this is what you should not believe. The audience is starting to wake up to the realization that they're only playing a mind game with you because they want you to be the sheep. They want to use you as just a chess pawn in the chess game that they wish to play. And that's nothing more that you Democrats have become. Well, that's not how they would speak of it. They would think, well, you're more than that. You're more to us. But audience are starting to come to the realization, is that really how you feel about us? Because that's not what you have said in past time or recently about us. And they're starting to wake up. A lot of the audience is starting to realize we need to wake up from this nightmare of fake news narrative and this whole ambiguous, objective, subjective lingo that they speak of and start working on finding truth out there. Number two, down ratings or ratings going down. The ratings are going down because not only just because people are starting to wake up and realize honesty is happening, but they're losing ratings because there is a lot of alleged allegations and controversial stuff that is happening that we don't know about. For instance, if you guys have heard about the whole Murray and Joe Gatto incident going on, I'm not going to talk about that. But, example, there was a lot of controversy stuff that we don't know is going on behind the scenes. And a lot of things that are going to happen because that is the reason. There could be alleged controversial stuff happening behind the curtains, and the viewers are going down because they're seeing not only or have heard about it allegedly happening, but because of what is being said. It's because a lot of the things that are happening is just repeat, spit, rinse, and repeat type narratives. And that also does include, some allegations going on behind the curtains that may or may not be happening. We don't know. But, excuse me, hiccups. Because that may be allegedly what's going on, that does hurt their ratings. People walk away from it because they don't like hearing somebody that has alleged allegations on them doing certain things and trying to just play it off, and they're going to downplay it because we'll just ignore it. The controversial things will come to light, and when it does, it hurts their ratings. It hurts and ruins their reputation as a news organization. Number three, as I said before, spit, rinse, repeat. It's the whole thing of, well, if you don't believe what we are telling you, then you're a schmatzy, name calling, or you're a fascist, or you're this, that, and the other, etc., etc. Spit, rinse, repeat. They will call you these things because that's what happens when they start to crash. When they crash hard, they're going to crash like an airplane really hard. They're not going to have a safe landing with this. a lot of their viewers are going to look at this and think, my God, are you sure? We can agree that, yeah, allegedly Trump supporters and Trump is a fascist, which he's not, by the way. I'm not saying he is. But why are you calling us that? See, spit, rinse, repeat. That's how they work their shtick. It's a one-trick pony. That's all it is. It comes down to the fact of they are a one-trick pony. They will confuse their audience with this whole spit, rinse, repeat cycle. They will call you names because that is how they work. Their audience don't want to be called names. Their audience just wants to be enlightened or memorized and captivated by what they are saying. Your audience has to be the most important thing when it comes to news journalism. Your audience has to be entertained, and they have to not be downed or deemed this, that, or the other because you disagree with them. That's just not right. The other thing that makes it problematic for them is sometimes they do get into very problematic alleged situations they should not get themselves in. I will give you prime example number one. CNN has allegedly made what we would consider an alleged crime scene or something in that order. And later to come to find out that wasn't really truth. They weren't there. They just created it. They backed themselves into a corner trying to look like they were doing something. And they weren't doing it. Or they weren't there. Or that was not said. They will back themselves into that position of thinking they're right because that's how they can roll and do things. But that's not good. Viewers don't want that. They don't want that spit, rinse, repeat, fake crap. They want reality. They want, what is going on. They want the audience's attention, but the audience's attention is going to be questioning these things. And if the audience starts questioning, is this really what is happening? Is this really true? Are they really there? Or is this really have been said by such and such? Where are your sources? Which goes to the next one. They don't have sources. They always rely on other fake news sources. A lot of this comes down to the truth of the matter. Who said what? Where's your source? What source are you has you come up with to back your claims? A lot of news sources do not really do research or their homework at all. That's just clear. We know they don't have any reliable sources. They only rely on each other. Like the Young Turks allegedly rely on MSNBC, CNN, ABC, or themselves, or the Midas Touch. They rely on other fake sources. They don't go straight to the horse's mouth like I do. I go straight digging in deep to the point where it literally is going to be found, whether I have to go through different articles, fine tooth comb, whatever. I'm going to literally dig up those sources for you. And those sources are going to be found. No matter how much time I have to take to do it, I will do it. But they don't do that. They are only intrigued in relying on each other because that is how they work. It's just simply pathetic. It's asinine. Are you going to tell me that CNN made allegations that Joe Biden doesn't poop his pants when allegedly Fox is saying Joe Biden poops his pants? Well, which one is truth? We're going to dig to the source. if Joe Biden said he didn't poop his pants, but he did as a child, which, of course, we all know if you're a parent, you had to change diapers, you had to do all of this, that yes, kids are going to poop their pants when they are young or babies, because that's just inherently what they do, right? So we will believe that, sure, Joe Biden may have done it when he was a kid, but now I don't know that to be true. So you have to dig into that information. They have no idea how to do that. And it's pretty redundant when they try to pretend they do, but they don't. The next one can be really easy. They like to sensationalize things. Fake news has a very, very big love history with sensationalizing things. Oh, Trump did this, or Trump did that, or Biden didn't allegedly poop his pants, even though Trump is making those big claims that he pooped his pants allegedly. It's, again, sensationalization. They love to do it. They love to push back on people who make claims against them. But then they sensationalize things that we conservatives are doing. Oh, it's racist to get rid of children's education, or it's racist that they allow people to support the Dixie battle flag or the West Virginia battle flag, when that is not a racist flag at all, and they don't know their history. They just over-sensationalize things. It's to bring views, yes, it does bring views sometimes when you can over-sensationalize things, but does it really work? It works a little, but it's kind of like doing clickbait titles on your YouTube channel. For anyone who has done it, you know what I mean, okay? It's kind of almost clickbaitish. It's really pathetic. And it's only good for the narrow-minded people. Those who see that to be only true when it's not true. They're just over-sensationalizing things. They're just making things up because that's what they want. That's the attention they will receive. The other big one is name calling. They love to clap back with names. I don't know why. But it's kind of the, well, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces back and sticks to you kind of thing. It's a kindergarten technique, but it's again, how they do things. They manage to get away with it. I don't know how, but it works for them. But it doesn't for us. But God only knows. If we call them schmazzies or fascists, we get in trouble. We are the ones that do things like that. Because, well, we can't say it. But they're allowed to. It's stupid. They are allowed to name call. They do it maybe not obviously sometimes, but then sometimes they are obvious about it. They can be subjective about it, or sometimes they're not so subjective. Depends on what you're watching. For instance, The View. They're not objective about what they think about us Trump supporters. They are pretty obviously going to speak their mind, which, fine, they have the right to the First Amendment. I will disagree with a lot of things they say and feel about us, but I'm not just gonna waste my time and energy and breath trying to argue over pitiful little childish things that are kind of like kids in the sandbox arguing over a toy. It's stupid. It's not needed. And my life is not going to realm around your childish theories. That's just how I see it as. And that's why they're losing ratings. It's because people are seeing how childish these liberal, lefty, socialist progressives are. The name calling has gotten out of hand. It has gotten to the point where, again, they crash so easy. Which does come to that one. They're crashing so fast. anytime that they have a guest, for instance, let's say CNN has Tucker Carlson, and Tucker just outrightly destroys them with facts. They try to shut Tucker down, or they say, "Oh, we just have a technical difficulty," which is BS. We know you don't. You just wanted to shut people down because you don't like and agree with them. You're going to sit here and tell me that you're allowed to silence First Amendment rights when you have the privilege, and we're not talking skin color privilege, but the privilege as an American to speak how you want to speak and feel about certain political topics, which, yes, can get very heated. But when you try to sit there, shut other people down, and do the do-si-do roundabout way of just pretending that you're listening and you're very intrigued with what they're saying, but you start crashing hard because they're literally dropping truth bombs on you. Yeah, that just shows how much you know and how little you accept different opinions, and you can agree to disagree. But no matter how you slice and dice it, it's disgraceful. It's in bad taste and bad form, and that's not a way to be a journalist. Last one before we go, because we're in 17 minutes here. Like I said before, I will just end it with this. You can't just sit there and say, "Hey, I'm going to let you speak your mind," and then silence somebody because of it. But that's what they do. If, for instance, a YouTuber has somebody coming up that disagrees with them, which is fine, but then that other person starts calling them names because they're politically different than you. It could be YouTube, TikTok, whatever platform. You cannot do that. And liberals love to do that the most. When it comes to conservatives, we do want to listen, but we don't want to listen to you crashing hard. We don't want to listen to you sit there like a man-child and for 30 minutes straight up telling us how much hate you have for us when you just cut us off, and then you sit there and mock us and laugh at us and just literally make yourself look stupid because you want to keep bashing our names or bashing who we are. That's pitiful. Anyway, you guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about my mic and what you guys think about the topic today. As always, don't be a liberal and start crashing hard. And think about the reasons I've said. These are a lot of the reasons why you see liberals crashing hard. So anyway, land safely and land softly. Don't crash. I'm out of here. Captain Something One out. See you guys.